With a new world to their east and new allies to their west, the Mughal Empire found itself in a golden age. As the Taj Mahal and Angkor Wat were completed, the artisans of the empire began designing their next grand accomplishment. Meanwhile, the diplomats of the empire had one of their own in forming the first full-fledged alliance in the history of humankind. The idea of two sovereigns of equal standing working together towards a common end was unheard of, and under this new pact, trade flourished in ways never before seen. The intelligentsia and artists traveled across land and sea to mingle with their new Greek friends, and they brought home with them all manner of ideas and ideologies and art and culture while spreading their own to foreign lands. And, just as the Mughal explorers charted the western coasts of the Americas, their Greek compatriots had done the same with Africa and the Mediterranean. Unfortunately, just as this alliance brought knowledge and prosperity, it also brought a new cause for concern. The Mughals learned of the Norse diaspora, the rise of the Dutch Empire, and the Polish hegemony over Europe. And while the Dutch seemed hardly a nuisance, possibly even allies, the Polish Empire stood as a potential threat to the Mughal way of life. From the lecture series Mughal-e-Azam by PartyElite. Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome back to our Humankind Forging India miniseries. As always, I am thoroughly excited to see exactly where our story goes next, especially since the previous episode had some very interesting revelations. For one, we discovered that we were probably not the first to come across the Americas. I think we've known for a while that we wouldn't be the first, considering the positioning of the Achaemenid Persians, but I don't think we were the second or even the third to do so. We might be the fourth. Now, again, the Achaemenid Persians probably hopped over to Alaska and went down the coast a long time ago. They're positioned right there. But if memory serves me right, when we first arrived at this coast, we saw some Polish explorers, again, if memory serves correctly. But beyond that as well, further south right now, we see some Norse explorers too, which I suppose is fitting in some ways, but also a little unfortunate. I'm sincerely hoping that none of them had made landfall. Considering none of these coastal territories have been claimed by anybody, I assume that to be the case. I assume no one has made it here and made any claims to any of these territories, which is great because it should mean that we can still be the first to set foot on this continent. Now, whether it counts as inhabited or uninhabited is yet to be seen. Some of you have suggested in the comments that the presence of the Mississippians suggests no issue with that claim to fame, I guess we can call it. Claim to fame. You know, that actually works because it's literally a claim to fame in this game. All right, you know, I like that. But yeah, the presence of the Mississippians, some of you suggest shouldn't interfere with that because even though they technically inhabit it, it doesn't count because it's not one of the, main cultures or anything like that. But, we'll find out soon enough. It definitely came as a bit of a shock, but I'll call it a pleasant surprise. We do have our army over here. That should be able to make its way over now. If memory serves, we got the Caravel now, which has the high sea trait, allowing us to ignore penalties from deep water. So yes, we are now finally able to make it all the way across, make landfall somewhere over here, and establish our first outpost in the New World, and that'll hopefully give us a bit of an upper hand. Now, on the topic of claims to fame, we are looking fantastic. We're in first place right now, well ahead of pretty much everybody else by a significant margin. The only place where I was going to say that we might actually be able to stay in this era for a little bit longer than just the bare minimum, because then we could claim some extra era stars and get some extra fame, right? An extra scientist star, an extra militarist star, perhaps, maybe some expansionist stars as well. Whatever it might be, it'd be nice to gather a couple of extra stars, especially maybe at least one builder star, considering our affinity. It'd be nice to gather those as much as possible before we enter the next era to really give us a massive lead as we enter the next era. But I'm a little concerned because the Poles will be entering, potentially, the next era before us, and the Achaemenid Persians, they're in the medieval era still, so they still have to enter the early modern era, so I'm not too worried about them. I am worried, though, about the Poles, currently in third place. They just need one more star, and then they can push to the next era. I'm hoping they don't push for the British, but they might. So, a bit of a risk, But like I always say, what's life without risks? Now, just want to say really quickly as well, folks, I've seen some excellent suggestions with regards to our Faith's new name in the comments of the previous episode. I've got a few under consideration right now. I have to do a little bit of research on some of the terms that were thrown my way, some fascinating stuff. So I will not be picking a name today, but I do want to say thanks for the suggestions. There were some excellent ideas, and I'm looking forward to revealing my pick because I think I know what it might be already, but I just want to do a bit more research first. And on that note, before we kick things off here in earnest, just want to say as always, if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see continue, please folks, don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. Like I say always, it does make a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of, how I go about doing it. Again, I'm sure y'all know the drill by now, but it does make a big difference when you leave a like and a comment down below because it just lets me know what I should do on the channel. If you guys want a follow-up series from Humankind, or if I should move on from Humankind until there's some updates or DLC or something, that kind of stuff really helps me make decisions on the channel. All right, just doing a quick overview just to refresh my memory as to what's going on over here. Things are looking pretty good. We do want to, as soon as possible, get some of those settlers out, right? Because we do have three-masted ship completed, so we'll want some of those settlers out to hopefully establish some additional cities through this archipelago down in Australia as well, perhaps. One thing we have to worry about, though, is, of course, the city cap. So I think we'll probably do a bit of merging when the time comes, because, yeah, that's not looking too hot. Not looking too hot at all. Down over here, I doubt the Norsemen would challenge us. I don't think they have any reason to engage us in battle, so let's kind of like tuck into this nook over here, hang tight, and before we end the turn, it was suggested in the comments that we maybe consider forming an alliance with the Dutch. It would be a good opportunity, I think, just to have another friend and maybe trade some more luxuries, improve our stability situation through...
Are you
well,
wine or are you vinegar?
Okay, I heard, are you blind? Or are you vinegar? And I was like, are you insulting me? Like right off the bat? And I was like, what? But anyway, sorry. It seems like a very good opportunity to make friends, secure, another alliance in case the Polish people decide to get a little feisty. It would be good to have some more allies, and we might also be able to trade and help solve our stability situation. Oh, looks like they have like gemstones and stuff. Now again, it can be pretty expensive to get some of this stuff, but it doesn't hurt to get us moving in that general direction. Right now, we have a trade luxuries treaty. We could expand that to a trade everything treaty, or perhaps a non-aggression pact. We can push that forward. It's a good idea to butter them up before we propose a straight-up alliance. We could try it, but I feel like they'll decline it. Hesitant. Different faiths. Depend on access to our resource. Yeah. War support's lower. Yeah. See us as their closest challenger. Well, of course, we're everyone's closest challenger. Just a step above is all. Sure, why don't we go for the non-aggression pact? I feel like they're likely to accept that. Propose it.
Here is a proposal to get your heart racing.
Wow.
We need more incentive.
Wow. They want 1,500 gold. Are you kidding me? I don't have that kind of money to waste on an alliance. Look, I gave them a chance to avoid my wrath. I'm going to go ahead and refuse that, unfortunately for them. That's unfortunate. No way I'm gonna pay them... Like, what? That's almost all my money. No way. No way I'm entering my coffers for that alliance. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Incredible. 10 territories pulled together into a single megalopolis. The next challenge is to come up with a suitably epic name.
Where did I do that? I didn't attach anything just now. So that's a little strange. I'll take it. I also got my builder star, so... Oh, right, you know what? The Jama Masjid just got completed, and that got us the builder star. Fair enough, cool. And looks like our scientist star is just 4 turns away as well. So we're almost already ready to enter the next era. Some of you have requested, though, that we try at least to get one Gudgeonal out, so we have a unit from this era out and about that we can experiment with. I hear you. I would absolutely love that too. So hopefully we're able to do that. Because yeah, it would be nice to have... Now, the thing is, we should still be able to recruit them after the fact. You know what? No, they'll probably get replaced. Yeah, we'll try and get one of them out. And especially if we do end up staying in this era for a little bit longer to collect more more fame, more era stars, then we'll definitely have the opportunity to do that.
Farmers' quarters. You'll soon be needing another 15 quarters just for food storage.
Do I have granaries and stuff? I think I do, right? I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to get like fisheries and stuff over here. Harappa, what to do with you? Stability's looking good. We could look at more influence generation. We've got a library here already. Let's see. If I do try to establish another hamlet, I mean, this is a great chance to either get a settler going or get a what's the word I'm looking for? I have it in my head somewhere. Oh, right, Gudgeonal going. 6 turns. Wow, they take a long time, don't they? 2 pops, 6 turns. Sure, why not? We'll add them to one of the stacks in this area. We've got oh geez, they're all the way up over there. Okay, you know what? We'll do it at Asher over here. So Asher, it'll take you how many turns? 16 turns. Are you kidding me? What? Okay, fine. It'll be the 6 turns of Harappa. We'll spawn them at this spawn, and we'll move them up to join this army of Mongol hordes over here. We could split them up and get them collecting food to increase our population in that way. By the way, this was brought up in the comments, but it will increase our cost tremendously to do so, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and get this saltpeter mine up over here, and then we'll see what comes next afterwards. You know what? If you were to 11 turns, that's 5 turns too many. Fair enough. Keep these guys moving over. Let's go. And then down over here, keep exploring as well. Where did that Norse boat go? Oh, you know what? They can travel in deep water relatively safely as the Norsemen, so that's probably what they're doing. They're just wandering as they please. Fair enough. Bustumnugger, what to do with you? Again, I do need to get Topkapi Palace as well. By the way, this is very fitting for our sort of cultural evolution as well. And you know what? It would actually be fitting... Oh no, I'd have to come quite a bit further up this way to have a fitting location for it, unfortunately. But as far as our like spread and our cultural mixing that's been happening, Topkapi Palace actually makes perfect sense. So I am glad we went with it. Do I want to pop it down? One of those things. We have a stability issue waiting to happen over here. It'll cost a lot of money to trade luxuries with the Dutch. Let's see here real quick. Where are we? Dutch. Let's go ahead and see if we can't trade what? Gemstones help with stability and money. Okay. How much would it cost to buy? 805. That's not too bad, actually, all things considered. Ebony helps with industry. Incense helps with money as well, per incense, though, so it's like trade-related, like specific to trade. Gets more science and stability. 393, that's not bad. Sorry, the gemstones were how much? 805. Well, you can see the difference there. Dye gives us what? Stability, or sorry, industry. Everything gives us stability when it's a luxury resource. Lots of food there. Lead, giving us science per researcher. You know what? Huh. They're actually buying this from the Poles. Fair enough. Oh my god, 2,439? Yeah, no thank you. I don't think it's a one-time charge, but I don't think it's worth it. What about silver? Can't afford it. It's too expensive. Wow. All right. We could chase after mercury. Also too expensive. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and chase after the, what was it? Papyrus, I think, right? Giving us science, giving us stability at a decent price. Go for it. Cool. Feel a bit more like we're trying to build a relationship, right? But yes, Bustumnugger, why don't we go ahead and get you the Obelisk of the Gods established to help with stability before it becomes a serious problem. I feel like we have a good spot. Up over here, perhaps? Sure. That seems like a nice spot. Let's do it. 6 turns it'll take. That's not too bad. Go ahead and end our turn there. Now, I think what we'll do is, yeah, after the Gudgeonal is done, or maybe after Hariganga is done, the Commons Quarter over here, we'll go ahead and get settlers from Hariganga, and we'll send them out to take over this archipelago. Ooh. Taraskans and Tamils. Lots to assimilate down over here. These guys are peaceful, but I'm not sure about these guys. I guess we'll find out. Oh, right. It was also brought up, by the way, that assimilating the Scythians would make sense because of their location. There is some historical precedent of having sort of naval bases in the area. So that's actually kind of interesting. I didn't know that, so thank you for sharing that. I do think we will assimilate them. We don't really have competition from anybody else, so I'm not too concerned about that. We will assimilate them eventually. They might get conquered, which would be unfortunate, but assimilating them now would take them over our city cap, and that's I don't think I can afford that. With the Goths being a vassal of the Dutch, I don't think we have to worry about war over here as much anymore, so let's send this army down to pick up this little curiosity there. Hopefully we can get there first. And let's keep our exploration going over here and keep these guys exploring down this coast as well. I don't know why you're going to take that bend, but I'll let it happen. As long as we end up in shallow water, I'm not too fussed about it. That's our turn done. Indeed it is.
5 Commons quarters offer many different entertainments that are colourful, diverse, and largely legal.
Largely legal. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So the centralized power tech gives us the taxation office, which I think I will want to chase. +3 money on luxury resource deposits as well. Halberdiers upgrades for our pikemen and draftees as our defenders. Scientist star has been unlocked as well. What's everything else looking like? Ooh, those Poles have made it. Are they likely to steal from us? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm willing to take the risk over here. I'm willing to take the risk as we research supply lines. I think that makes sense, right? It gives us that +1 city cap, which we kind of desperately need. Because if I can avoid merging, even, you know, I'm going to have to merge. I just want to end up with being as close to my city cap as possible. Naval artillery for the Karak. Chartered companies. More money generation up over here. Some science per pop as well. The Cabinet of Curiosities. Movable type is right there. So supply lines, movable type, just to get us, well, the printing house and stuff helps with science as well. And then there's the university as well. So that's big. But also there's the claim to fame, that is the movable typeface, right? Getting tougher and tougher to make certain decisions. When we move on to the next era, I believe we'll need the line formation for what I want, which means we need to get flintlock. Let's see, over to the... It's no secret, I mentioned it a couple of times, including right at the beginning of our series. The British are going to be our next pick. The British cultural influence on the Indian subcontinent, I think, is pretty plain to see. It's pretty plainly visible, and so the British make the most sense, I would say, in the subcontinent. They were the power that kind of filled the power vacuum as the Mughals collapsed. But we'll talk about that later when we actually move into the British. But I just wanted to check line formation is what we need if we're going to be the British in the next era. So to that end, let's see. We've got supply lines for the city cap, movable type, well, city cap and the thoroughfares as well. Movable typeface for the science, and then we get steam engine pretty readily accessible up over here. Colony blueprint is nice, but the train stations are huge to move like troops around. The train station is huge. But line formation, the only way to get there is through military coordination or carbine, and either way we'll need flintlock. Okay, fair enough. Okay, good to know, good to know. We'll you know what, actually, why don't we go ahead and say supply lines, movable typeface, flintlock. Line it all up, right? And then maybe as flintlock is being completed, like as its research is being completed, we'll switch on over to the next era, maybe, just like we did for the last era. What do you want? Why are you bothering me? I guess, you know what, I should probably buy some resources from these guys as well. Dye gives us industry and stability. Obsidian gives us industry and stability as well. Orally, these are affordable. They are our allies. Why don't we go ahead and where are we? Customs Union.
So,
Beautiful.
tell me, shall we become closer?
Go ahead and
We are agreed.
buy this dye as well, I think. Yeah, we got plenty. We've got enough money, I think, to do this. Where are we? Greeks. Go ahead and purchase more dye. Buy C. The obsidian for extra industry as well. And the stability as well. I'm probably overdoing it, but let's go for it. Why not? Why not? Let's make this a full-fledged and thorough alliance. I think there's something to be said about that, you know? Well, there's something to be said about that. All right. All good. Over to you guys. Keep moving on down this coast. These guys are... Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. That's mine. They have claimed this region, though, which is unfortunate. You know what? If they leave this base, I might burn that outpost down. Just to punish them for the insult from earlier. Just to remind them who we are. Just to remind them who we are. Nineveh, what to do with you? We've got our saltpeter done over here. Jama Masjid for another 35 over there. Probably not a bad idea again, right? Just try to take advantage of this era as much as possible, because we definitely lose access to Jama Masjid. Sure, let's go ahead and establish you over here. Yep. And why don't we queue up the food market. The watermill would make sense here as well, actually. The watermill will take 2 turns. The watermill will take 3. So let's go ahead and set that up like that. And then the charcoal kiln is maybe not a terrible idea. Nah, no rush on that. No rush on that. All right, cool. See, another big benefit of using the settlers to establish new cities is that they come with tier, or rather era 1, 2, and 3 infrastructure pre-built. Which is huge. It's a lot. It's a lot. So where are these guys? Settlers, where are you? There you are. 3 turns, that's not too bad. Remind me later, thank you very much. But let's get the school and House of Scribes queued up next. And that should work nicely for us. Just to accelerate our research rate and everything as well. I want to make sure we leave our enemies in the dust, right? Babylon is working on improving its stability. Okay, fair enough. Once it's done that, we should be able to establish the city watch as well to gain extra stability as well. Alright, cool. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Which will be next turn. Which will be next turn. Alright. What do we got going on over here? Keep scouting. Alright. Looking okay. Bring these guys over. I don't want to land right next to a unit and have these guys get obliterated, right? We might be technologically superior, but we might be horribly outnumbered. So I don't want anything to befall us. We could come down and make landfall over here. I'm thinking. That's the plan right now. Asher, what to do with you? Stability is dropping, but only slightly. I'm not too concerned about that, I don't think. We could go ahead and focus on... what? The library? Yeah, let's do it. Meanwhile, down over here, Babylon. Stability is looking good. It's on its way up, so let's not stress about that too much. The granary gives us +2 food per farmer. Probably not a bad idea. 1 turn. It's like, I would be a fool not to take it. Then let's go for the customs farm and the levy administration. Customs farm should actually generate a fair bit of money for us because we do have a fair bit of trade going on. So +1 for each of those. It's not a lot, but it's something. Like, what else are these guys up to, right? What else are these guys up to? Mohenjo-daro, let's establish a Jama Masjid up over here somewhere. I kind of like this spot. It's a nice location for it. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Pop you down over there. Stability is going to take a bit of a hit, but I think we'll be okay. And what do we have here? Highway robbery. The Empire's trade routes resound with the noise of hooves on the dirt, creaking wheels, and fluttering canvas. Caravans loaded with silks, spices, and all manner of goods come and go from far climes. But near the city of Nineveh, these convoys are attracting the wrong kind of attention. Merchants ferrying gold along a lucrative trade route are being targeted by a notorious gang, and the traders seek your aid. What is your decree? Ah, interesting. So we can either pay hired guards to accompany the merchants, and maybe we'll get lucky, costs a slight amount, or hunt. We'll pay hired guards to accompany the merchants, maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, okay, hold on. The descriptor is exactly the same, but I guess while this only costs us a bit of money, locked down gives us stability while costing us a bit of industry. I think I would like to hunt down these vagabonds and punish them, right? We should seek... yeah, the establishment of our authority here. What is this? This is individualism versus moving us towards authoritarianism. I mean, if we're going to be an imperialist, hegemon, I feel like leaning towards authority isn't a terrible idea. High chance of good consequences as well as probably at least slightly influencing my decision here. So sure, hunt them down. Wipe them out. All of them. Do it. Good stuff. Then it was almost on the Jama Masjid as well. Our industry and all is looking pretty good right now. Things are happening pretty quickly. Moving along at a decent pace. Feeling pretty comfy. What's gone on over here? Ooh, the Poles haven't entered the next era either. Now the Dutch are slowly becoming a threat as well, because they might enter the next era before us too. Stressful. Tension is rising, that's for sure. Just slightly concerned, just slightly concerned. But I think it's worth it. I think our patience will pay off ultimately. End our turn there. I wonder if I should establish a city... Oh, you know what? An outpost up over here or up over here maybe makes the most sense. Up over here, I'm thinking. Low ground. That's kind of matched, I guess. Somewhere up over here, I think might be nice. Get you making your way over. Let's see if we can't scout it out. Maybe we can make landfall over here instead. Down over here, keep you going. Let's go. Surely there's something interesting to discover along the way. And up over here are first settlers. Well, in 2 turns, we'll actually have supply lines done. So I think in 2 turns, if we get down to... do we aim for Australia first? What do we have down here? Silver... Oh, ooh, yeah, maybe. That sounds nice. Get a city down in Australia somewhere and then attach all of these territories. Now we do have to establish outposts and stuff still, so why don't we go ahead and send these guys over which way? This way, I suppose. It's not the cleanest. Certainly not the cleanest. Let's send them over this way. Establish an outpost, maybe over here. We can exploit. I'm sure there's not going to be too much value to be gained. We might want to establish an outpost over here instead. Maybe the mountains will give us enough industry to get it done faster. So make our way basically around the accumulated Persian land over here. Come down and establish a city down there. These guys are positioned over here in case war...
You have my ear. For a time.
I can wait until their war support dwindles and then I can declare a war of my own and very quickly crush them. Right? Continue our times of peace and prosperity as they were. Bustum Nugger, what to do with you? Stability is looking fantastic again. Excellent. Another Jama Masjid over here. Plus 43 to industry. It seems like a smart idea. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. And down over here. Unfortunately, we have been beaten to the curiosity. But maybe these Scythians will pull back and we can burn this thing down. Kind of posturing. A little nervous about that decision. It might really backfire on us. Might really backfire on us.
Or are you vinegar?
I keep hearing it. Are you blind or are you vinegar? I could give them one last opportunity for a non-aggression pact. They're hesitant. They'll definitely be upset if I do this. Let's give them a chance. Let's give them a chance.
A proposal to
No.
get your...
I'm not paying for your safety. That's not how this works. Go ahead and ransack. It'll take 4 turns. They will have time to respond. Kind of wonder if I shouldn't have upgraded these guys before making my way over. Let's pull back. Go ahead and upgrade you. Get these halberds out as well. Alright. We'll come back and next turn we'll deal with Elander. And we have time. That's why I did that. Otherwise I wouldn't have pulled back like that. Meanwhile, where is our Gudgeonal? There it is. Go ahead and pull you up to here, buddy. Send you up there. Come on. I said, come on. What's going on here? Good distance. He works. Oh, moves fast. Down over here. Let's keep moving. And up over here. No, we gotta... Really, we have to come from there, right? Fair enough. We can't climb. God damn it. Pull back. I knew it'd be risky. So fine. That's fine. As long as we can stay alive, it would suck to lose that ship right now all the way at the end of that journey. Alright, Asher, what to do with you, buddy? Fishmonger, do we have that many harbors on here? Just the one, I think, right? Just the one. We could get the public fountain, because that would allow us to join... It would help counteract the hit to stability when we absorb Nineveh. So why don't we go ahead and pursue, yes, the public fountain. In 2 turns it'll be done. The customs farm first, maybe. We can use that money to rush stuff, right? And then the levy administration after the public fountain. Again, I'm planning for that inevitable absorption. Even though our tech will help with the city cap, we're going to catch up eventually, right? Wow, 1 turn to produce this. 2 turns for this. 27 and 19 with a hamlet over there. That's not bad. Alright, why don't I go ahead and pop a Jama Masjid down over here, like 2 important mosques right next to each other. Plus 45 industry is hard to say no to, though, right? Yeah, alright, let's go for it. 1 turn is all it'll take. It's magnificent. The Great Fish Market's not a bad idea either. Help our economy a bit more. Taxation office. How many luxury deposits do we have connected to Harappa? We have 1, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it only applies to the city itself. Alright, why don't we go ahead and do the customs farm after the Jama Masjid, and then we'll do the Great Fish Market as well, because we have a couple of, we have 1, 2, 3 harbors here, which is plus 12 per turn. It's not nothing. And Mohenjo-daro, what to do with you, buddy? Another Jama Masjid, 31, 31, 31. What's stability looking like? Looking okay. Sure, let's pop one of these down. All the way out over here. Looks like an interesting spot for it. Let's go here. This is, again, 2 so close. Let's go up over there first. Cool. And that's this turn. Done. Yep. Alright. Feeling okay. Close to our next builder star. Supply lines researched. Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful. Okay, good. Gives us thoroughfares. It also gives us grain silos. I don't think we're in a rush for grain silos, but good to know that we do have access to that now, if and when needed. Keep pushing you up this way. Oh, wow. They move real far, don't they? Alright, I guess we can't stack them together. Keep forgetting that. It's okay, because there is, I believe, a technology that allows us 1 more unit. Can't remember exactly which one it is now. There is a tech. Oh, I think it's naval artillery. Yeah, plus 1 unit slot. 4 turns it'll take. We might loop back to it or something. But it's okay. Let's get these guys hanging out together so that when war with the Achaemenid Persians comes, we'll be able to use the Gujnal as well. Alright, let's keep you exploring down over here. And up over here, meanwhile. Can we? Let's go. We'll get there. Silver in this region is actually not bad either. These guys are making their way over. What are you trying here? Don't do it. Don't mess with me. Oh, clever. How did I miss that? How did they rush that? Oh man. Golden opportunity missed. You know what? I deserve it. I deserve it for my hubris, for my greed, if you'll call it, for my risk-averse nature. This is why I like taking risks, because sometimes, a lot of the time, it works out. I should have just taken the risk there and gone in with a slightly weaker army. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It would have been nice to burn that down, though. Can't pop you up over here just quite yet. Nineveh, what to do with you? Let's go ahead and establish maybe a harbor. Plus 21 food up there. Again, Nineveh will probably become a part of Ashur eventually, right? Which up over there, we'll get some market quarters up over there as well. I think that'll help. Cool. Just generate some more wealth. Man, this music. Really vibing with it right now. Well, another builder star has been unlocked. Excellent. Ooh, the Poles have transitioned to the Zulu. Okay. Okay. That feels good. And you know, if it's kind of funny, in the comments of the previous episode, it was pointed out that it'd be interesting if the big standoff at the end is like between our Mughal Empire and the Polish Empire. Well, the Polish Empire is now the Zulu Empire, and if we go in as the British for the next era, which we will when the time comes, that's there's a little bit of history. I mean, then again, the British versus like 80% of the picks for the next era probably would make perfect sense, to be fair. I just thought it was particularly fitting, I would say. Alright, what do we got over here? These guys, I mean... guess you could camp out at Bustimnagar. Could send them out over there. Just to keep an eye on some of these armies that are walking around. Maybe we should do a little bit of cleanup, actually. I don't like that. They have no reason to be here. You hang tight. Bustimnagar. You're just too quick to build stuff, buddy. Just a little too quick to build stuff. Let's go with the taxation office. I believe we have... what do we have here? We've got saffron. Another saffron. 2 saffrons. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go with the taxation office. Let's do the customs farm first, though. It'll be a bit quicker, right? Get the benefits sooner. And Hariganga. Why don't we go ahead and pursue... food is looking okay. I mean... fishmonger, I suppose. Oh, so much of this stuff will take just 1 turn. Couple of mountains. Couple of mountains. Alright, sure. Why don't we go ahead and get the stoneworks here. Stoneworks. Lumberyard. Food market. And we'll get the customs farm as well. Just queuing everything up so we don't have to, like, keep coming back to it, you know? Sure. +6 gold. Not enough to change my plans. Cool. Up with Mohenjo-daro. +8. Probably establish you up over there. Start generating some more money. Ooh, that hit to stability, though. Alright, well, once this market quarter is done, let's go ahead and establish... the city watch, for 1. And then we might get some more garrisons going just to help with stability. What do we have here? Highway robbery continued. Favorable tidings. The leader of the notorious gang who has been targeting gold merchants near the city of Nineveh has been captured. The next choice, however, is not straightforward. It turns out this highwayman is something of a local hero, giving away near all his spoils to the most desperate of Nineveh. They call for you to be merciful. What will you do with the leader? Oh man, we got some Robin Hood nonsense going on over here. Okay, so we could execute him regardless of intentions. Dreadful crimes were committed. The merchants deserve justice. Is an execution justice, though? For theft? Exile. To respect the wishes of the city folk, we will spare the highwayman's life. Still, they must leave. Or exonerate, given their selfless, charitable impulses. Anything but absolution would be a travesty. This makes us more collectivist. Exile makes us a bit more towards liberty. And execute takes us closer to authority. I was just talking about how... this isn't what I meant by exerting our authority is a good idea, you know? This is not this kind of authority. This is a very different kind of authority. Exoneration. Are we a land of forgiveness? I don't know. Considering I was about to burn an entire outpost down because a non-aggression pact offer didn't get refused, but it got counter-offered. A counter-offer had me willing to burn down an outpost. Now, it was a foreign people's outpost, so, you know, that's a potential justification. You know what? Crimes are crimes. Regardless of intentions, dreadful crimes were committed. The merchants deserve justice. Without law and order, what separates us from the animals? Oof. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's a decision we've made. Now, hang on a second. What's the deal over here? Where might we claim a territory? All the way up there, eh? Right next to these guys, of course. Well, there's a nice spot up over there. I wouldn't mind... Oh, look at that. We've got some salt here as well. Now, how long would it take? 15 turns. Wow. $15 turns. 5 turns over here. Okay. Let's explore a little first. Right? Let's make our way over to... I'm just a little worried about going too far up there. Make our way over to here. Let's see if there's a better spot somewhere down here where we can establish an outpost a little bit faster. And hopefully we don't spend 10 turns looking for it and then 5 turns actually building it, because that would be an unfortunate turn of events, but... Salt was purchased by the Dutch. You know what? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, the Achaemenid Persians have become the Ottomans. Okay, to be fair, they're the ones who would want Topkapi Palace then. And I've stolen it from them, much like I've stolen their land and everything else. But no, hang on. Sorry. Jokes aside. Competitive deeds. You know what? I don't think we got the set foot competitive deed here. No one's completed it, but maybe it's just not something that can be completed. I don't know. Is North and South America seen as separate? Maybe we can make it to South America first? I don't know. I don't know. What do we got going on over here? Where'd they disappear off to? Oh, there they are. You're trying to run away. I don't think so. I mean, they'll retreat, but I want to make them retreat. I don't want to let them get away. Make our way over quickly now. Go on. Oh, or they won't retreat. We can instant resolve this. I mean, what are we up against here? Some pikemen? Actually. I'm worried about that Samnaya. Just a little concerned about that Samnaya. Keep you over there. Coming from the side. Yeah, that's easy enough. Should be easy enough. Soften them up. I'm actually surprised. Like I said, -3 isn't helping us. Huh. Fire away. Thought this would go a bit more smoothly, truth be told. Should be able to attack from here, get that rear attack +4, and then we'll finish them off with these guys. That should be it. Worst case scenario, they'll get 1 attack in, but it's not going to do much. Nah, looks like we got him. Beauty. Beauty. Feels good to fight again. And again, takes us a little bit closer to our next militarist star as well. Hopefully we'll actually end up getting one. Alright, what's the deal down over here? You goddamn, okay. I think we're gonna see war sooner rather than later here. I can't get these guys down here in 2 turns. This will be done in no time. So that's not an option. Okay, well, let's try and skirt by these guys. I feel like I can destroy them in combat if necessary. I don't want to risk it though. After all that effort into getting these settlers. But yeah, goddamn, that's frustrating. They'll have the gold and this copper over here as well. But hopefully we can get to the pearls first, and then again Australia first. I don't think anyone else is gonna try and make it there. Nineveh, what to do with you? Nineveh. None of this. Market quarters. Oh yeah. Some options there. We got a harbor down, +15, food there. What if we get the market quarter? Can't be done up over here. Fine. Let's go ahead and establish you down over there. Stability's looking okay. Cool. Down over here with Babylon. Why don't we establish something to do with science here? +1 science per researcher. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. 4 turns it'll take. 3 turns for research quarter. +19. That sounds like a better idea. Let's go for it. Cool. Yep, sounds good to me. Hang on. I always get thrown off. There's so much going on per turn now. I always get thrown off that someone's been left behind. And what is this? Notification. Being asked to attack. Are you at war with the Norse?
Friend, you need a drink.
Interesting. I'm not sure what's going on here. Also, oh no. The Zulu are beginning to pollute our world. We're eventually going to have to loop back and get the guilds. Because it'll get us forests to help reduce pollution a little bit. Ever so slightly. Oh man. Things are about to get real interesting. Okay, we're okay. Until we all start causing some serious trouble, we're okay. Still fine over here. Alright, what's going on over here? Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, no. This is not what I wanted. Oh, this is not what I wanted. 15 turns, 6 turns up there. If I can just get up there. I don't know if we can, because they're chasing us. Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me. Our faith has expanded even further again. It's okay. Worst case scenario, we can always send settlers over instead, right? Maybe that's what we'll do next at Nineveh, is get some settlers or something. All right. Our faith in its final tenet. Wow. Olmec polytheism actually beat us here? Are you kidding me? To raise monuments? We would have stacked science on this, man. Plus 50 science on cultural wonder. We have so many of them. I've been robbed. I've been robbed. Alright, sustain the faithful, giving us plus 20 stability on territories if territories follow foreign religion. Okay. Donate generously, plus 25 money per alliance on empire. We don't have that many. Or meditate often, giving us plus 2 combat strength on unit. Alright, well, given our history, I mean, this is an interesting, this is an interesting and sudden turn here. I feel like meditate often might be the right option here. Because I'm thinking about, alright, look, we've been science all the way through. That's been robbed of us. What have we done every time something's been robbed of us? We've taken the aggressive route, or wanted to, right? Burn down the outpost, war against the Achaemenid Persians. We're talking about, well, the Ottomans now. We're talking about the same thing now that they're claiming all those islands away from us. So I feel like meditate often, the aggressive option here, makes sense from that angle. But also, meditate often, I'm thinking about how, like, you know, meditation and Buddhism kind of go hand in hand. I'm also thinking about how, you know, it's not quite meditation, but praying 5 times a day, and the frequency, the oftenness of the prayer. You know, I guess you could say it's like a meditative state in a way. You know, like I feel like that's kind of the connection. Now, donate generously obviously is a fitting choice as well. Sustain the faithful. I don't know if I don't think that one really fits the bill. I feel like meditate often, based on everything we've said so far, and based on all the decisions we've made so far, I feel like meditate often is the one that makes the most sense. And I'm not going to complain about plus 2 combat strength on unit either. Man, what a sudden change to our faith. God damn, got robbed here. I got robbed by, like, what, maybe a couple of turns, do you think? Well, at least we got, you know, meditate often. It's not a bad one. It's a pretty good one. Again, we're staying as Harappan polytheism, but I will be renaming it. Again, like I was saying, I got some great suggestions, and I have one kind of picked out. I just want to do a bit more research to, like, check all the suggestions and make sure I understand them all, because there were some really sophisticated ones, and I love it. So thank you so very much again. But I'll probably do that next session is what I'm thinking, and it'll be kind of nice. We'll cap off our religion next time. But yes, meditate often it shall be. Choose this tenet. Choose this tenet. That's funny to me. That sudden change. Ah, yes. Sciences, the learned faith, you know, the learned people. Ah, yes. All about being studious. And also murdering those who would oppose them. The sudden flip is priceless. Harappa. Let's go ahead and establish another Jama Masjid. Another plus 36 to industry over here. What are we looking at right now? 430 industry. That's wild. Okay. That is wild. Why don't we go ahead and... You know what? Let's go ahead and actually get the fishery here. Because food is only 3 per turn, and we're going to very quickly find ourselves suffering. I don't want that. I do not want that. Hang on a second. Did I see... Thought I saw... Oh yeah, we do still have access to the Mongol Horde. I was hoping that the Gudgeonal would stick around as the Mongol Horde. You know what? We might actually not lose it, because if our next step is the Red Coat, we might not lose the Gudgeonal in the next era. We've done our safety, but we'll see. The battle for the mind. The great city of Harappa is bursting at the seams. Countless souls pressed within the city's tight borders. In the dense, squalid quarters, cases of madness are on the rise. Religious leaders contend that demonic forces are behind the afflictions, while the philosophers argue for natural causes. Both are strong voices in the empire with competing solutions. What is your response? I feel like study is the right call. Again, it reflects our faith. I feel as though our religious leaders would also be willing to look for a more, let's call it, grounded sort of explanation, right? Because we're such a science-heavy faith. So study. Persons with knowledge of medicines should aid the afflicted, or we can pray, seek answers from a higher power, or confine. We should build asylums. So confining gives us extra industry for 10 turns. Praying gives us fanatical. Would have been useful a couple of turns ago to get us our tenet. And study gives us science. I'm gonna go with study. I think it makes the most sense for us. We're so progress focused. We always end up that way. I always end up that way. Persons with knowledge of medicines should aid the afflicted. Good stuff. Go ahead and hang tight over here now. Again, hold this border, I suppose. God, still so annoyed about. And of course, the Scythians got. Excuse me?
Wondering if you're a partner or an impediment.
Let's go ahead and push our grievance over here. I feel like... I hope they didn't eliminate the Scythians. I hope they just kind of like disappeared of their own accord.
You have more than enough, and I only ask for a bit.
You must pay me to keep my wolves at bay.
It is like you took my hand and cut it off. You enrage me.
Well, this is interesting. I was just making a simple request. This doesn't have to escalate. This doesn't have to escalate. Calm down. I just realized I can actually still come down here and burn this down. Wish I'd noticed that sooner. I just expected them to do what every AI always does and immediately attach it, which is what I'm assuming is going to happen over here. Can I actually get up here in time? No, they'll probably attach it right away. They probably have the influence banked for it. Or they maybe don't. Alright, let's see. Let's see. I want this territory. Now, fortunately, up over here, we haven't been shut down. Can I establish this outpost up over here? Not this turn, next turn. It's so close to these guys. It's right next to them. I was hoping to not border them. And they're not some pathetic people either. They've got halberdiers and knights. Like, they're no joke. They're no joke. Now, let's creep up to here. If they catch us, there's no retreating from this. It's okay. We'll send settlers in. It's okay. What have we found over here? Perito Moreno Glacier. Glacier. 30 knowledge. Or 30 science. Not going to complain about that. Back up top over here. These guys are making their way over. Let's go. And up over here. You know what? Let's go ahead and get some settlers. So let's begin our... Fine. Let's get the library first. Help with science. And then we'll get the settlers. You know what? No. Let's do it the other way around. Because the settlers have to actually travel and make it there, right? I'm not about to spend 2,600. Basically all of my wealth. Harappa down over here. Should we get some settlers here too? I mean, we can't make that many cities without doing some attachments, right? Oh, it'll take one turn though. They'll pop up over here one turn. And then we could send them around this way to hit up like these islands. Alright, fine. Let's do it. Get these settlers over here. And then after that we'll check what else there is. Sure. Fame's looking good. We're well ahead still. We're well ahead. Good stuff. Another agrarian star unlocked. Movable typeface research. That should be...
Mass dissemination. But will it be of information or of propaganda?
Bit of column A, bit of column B is what I'm thinking. But great. Movable typeface is done as well. Now we're moving on to Flintlock. Patronage, by the way, gives us the luxury manufactory, which is a good way to make to gain access to the wondrous effect of luxury resources. Well, I'm tempted to pull back to that. Inventor's Workshop. Ooh, extra science is nice too. Now, you know what? We'll go ahead. We'll do Flintlock, and maybe on the last turn of Flintlock, we'll go ahead and enter the next era. That's not what I meant. I meant this. Another 20, more like 14, another 14 structures or districts we need to build for the next builder star. 2 science, 2 technologies for the next scientist star. Okay, fine. Fine, have it your way then. Have it your way. 2 technologies. Why don't we go ahead and do guilds first then? Oh, you know what? Heavy infantry gives us one more unit slot. Fine. 2 turns heavy infantry, just to hurry us along a bit, and then flintlock. Sure. Naval artillery we can wait on. I don't think we need that extra +1 quite so urgently after we have that first one. Down over here, keep exploring. Oh, hello. I can get to that in 1 turn. Pull back up to there, and then next turn I should be able to poke out and pick that up. Back over here. Alright. Send you around this way. Can we not? Alright, sure. Whatever's fastest. As long as we can get down over here and claim some of this for ourselves. Up over here, have they attached it? They have not. Alright, good. Burn that down. We're going to burn that down so hard. And over here, almost there. Going to burn this down as well. And this too. How dare you? How dare you? Alright, we good? Establish this over here. 6 turns it'll take. I don't think they'll be fans of it. I think they'll probably try and burn it down. But if I can use that to distract them and then sneak out of here, I wouldn't mind. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. This would give us, if it gets established, salt and who knows what. I'm guessing like oil, perhaps, over here? Maybe? Babylon, let's pursue... Oh my god, food. Let's pursue food. What am I doing here? +2 food on river? Yeah, that makes sense. Can I pay for you? That's very expensive. Damn. I mean, I could rush out a unit and get some swordsmen out. That would be foolish. No, fine, I'll take the hit. It's 1 pop loss. It's not the end of the world. That does suck, though. What about you, buddy? You're looking okay overall. What if we pop a hamlet down over here finally? Extra food, extra industry as well. Research quarter +22 down over here. Oh, not a bad idea. Alright, let's do this. Let's go ahead and get the hamlet established up over here. We'll get the research quarter established down over here. And Harappa is magnificent. And you know what? After these are done, I might actually pursue Topkapi Palace. Harappa on its own will take only 20 turns to establish it. Like, that's not bad. And that way, when we enter the next era, we'll have a pick of wonders as well, right? Which I think is probably for the better. I could get started on Topkapi Palace already. I don't think that's necessarily the best idea. Let's go ahead and get some more market quarters established. +8 over here. Sure. I love how, like, this little puddle over here is going to be one of our biggest wealth generating, what's it called? Like, docks or whatever, harbors. Revelatory arts. The invention of movable typeface is a great breakthrough, but has the potential to cause massive disruption to existing powers. Via the printing press, ideas, both profound and dangerous, can now be easily disseminated. Artists are in the vanguard of this revolution. So this allows us to either censor the arts or free the arts, giving us either +1 influence on market quarters or on makers' quarters. Interesting. Now, I'm not going to make a pick between these two. However, I am going to take a look at conquered empires. And I'm going to, with the 9,000 influence we have, you know, I mean, quite a bit of that could be used to absorb a city. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until we do absorb our next city. I'm not in a rush to do that. Wait until we're a bit more over our cap here. 9,700. We actually don't have enough influence to absorb. All right, we're going to hang on to that influence then. I'm going to hang on to that influence. What's going on down over here? I really shouldn't be sending these guys to burn this down. It's kind of risky. Just a little bit. 10 turns it'll take. Go for it. Bring you guys down over here as well. Should have sent them down sooner, but hey, it is what it is. Can we bring these guys down as well? It'll take 5 turns. Sure. Let's bring you down. If there is a pushback, I want to be there for it. There will be a pushback. There almost certainly will be. These guys over here, let's go ahead and burn this down. 4 turns it'll take. You know, it's been some time. It's been some time. We'll go ahead and give them another opportunity.
You repulse me. Be swift.
Don't talk to me like that, buddy. Don't you dare talk to me like that. I'm here to give you an opportunity of a lifetime. Oh, I guess I'm not. All right, fair enough. Go and burn it down. Let's burn it down. 4 turns. I think we'll be able to stand against them. I think we'll... No. This happens every time. Fortunately, we didn't walk off too far. Back on up to you. Send you over which way? We could send these guys over to the Americas. Really? You gotta go all the way up there? Alright, fine, fair enough. Whatever makes you happy. Really? Even if you want to go diagonally down here, you'd rather take to the seas there. Fair enough. Who am I to speak against that kind of genius? Oh, are you serious? I don't know. Hang tight. Next turn, we should be able to get there in one go. Now, what to do here? Upgrade you to halberdiers. That would be a waste of money. What is 1 unit of halberdiers going to do against the might of the Mississippians over here? Let's pull over this way and just try and get a bit more inland over here. Right, that's this turn done. Feeling okay, feeling okay. Heavy infantry has been researched. Excellent. Helping with army logistics, which means that over here we could start pulling you down as well. Let's see, how far can these guys get? Let's leave them uninterrupted. Let's send you down. Because you can move pretty quickly. Take to the water there. Yeah, good stuff. Glad we have the harbor over there. These guys coming down over here. Looking pretty good. Because what am I thinking? I'm thinking these 4 are enough to take Kirtan if necessary. Not too confident in that statement because we have Garam up there as well. But I just want to wait until this has been burnt down. 9 turns is a long time for them to retaliate. So I just want to make sure I've, you know, not screwed myself, for lack of a better way to put it. Further in.
Will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
Malacca. Famously known to be located in the central United States. Interesting. Okay, well, these guys are a peaceful people. I'm surprised they've been able to live next to each other without one eating the other. But hey, it is what it is. There we go. So I knew we could make it. Now, we will take some damage. But hopefully it'll be worth it. A wreck. Oh, you know what? I would say that is kind of worth it. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now up over here at Babylon, let's go ahead and establish, what, another research quarter? Plus 19 science up there. Yep. Gonna have to do something about that stability. Chasing that builder star before we get Flintlock done, right? And then Hariganga, why don't we go ahead and get what for you? You know, food. Plus 25 up there. What if we establish instead one of these? Plus 2 food per farmer. Do that. Let's go ahead and bring in one of you. There we go. I just want to prevent starvation. So that'll do the trick for now. And meanwhile over here, based on a true story. Your achievements are many, and your lands beautiful. Since times of antiquity, your people have marveled at a place of great natural grandeur. Mughals within your lands. But few have heard the true and thrilling story behind its discovery, until now. A popular playwright in Mughals has adapted the event for the stage, a saga of exploration and high adventure, replete with dramatic embellishments and lascivious romance. The people are thrilled, and you hear it is not half bad. Perhaps you should grace this theater with your own presence and see for yourself. But of course we'll attend. We're all about the arts. I mean, these last couple of intros have all been about, you know, this new golden era. I'm really glad. Anytime I write the intro or I pick an intro, I do it before the next episode is recorded. And then when things fall in place like this, it's really quite nice. It's really quite nice. So I can choose to pass. Cheap entertainment does not interest me. Besides, my continued presence in the capital will keep my citizens focused on more important matters, giving patriotic on Harappa. Come on. There's a time and place for everything. Or we can attend. Drawing attention to works like these may inspire a greater appetite for science and exploration. Also, I could use a break, giving us learning on 6 cities for 10 turns. And a chance of triggering another event. Let's go for it. We shall attend. I could definitely use a break.
Reaching the end of an ideology axis isn't extremist. Think of it as being focused, yes? Very goal-oriented.
Well, on the topic of reaching the end of things and on the topic of taking a break, folks, this is the end of this session. It is time for us to take a break until next time, of course, not a very long break or anything. Things have developed in an interesting fashion. I was not expecting to be burning down outposts. Not here. Certainly not here. And I was not expecting to be running for my life over here either, but hey, it is what it is. We have established... Well, we've begun the establishment of an outpost over here. Hopefully, it wasn't a mistake, being right next to a violent people's home. But hopefully we can also establish ourselves further inland too, and truly discover this entire continent, see what it has to offer, and yeah, become the only major power here. Pollution... I mean, at least the Dutch are doing something about it. We might need to pull back and get guilds just so we can help fight pollution. But that's all stuff to talk about in the comments and maybe tackle next time, folks. I hope you had a good time with today's session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know down below. Leave a like, leave a comment. I want to mention as well, by the way, if you have feedback, if you have thoughts, opinions, if you would like to see something change in my approach, or if you like my approach, let me know down below. I do read all the comments. I did get a couple of comments in the previous episode with regards to pacing and things like that, so I'm trying to keep those in mind as I move forward with the series. But again, it does make a very big difference. Just letting me know what you guys are liking or not liking so I can make sure everyone's having a good time, myself and yourself included, of course. Things are looking pretty good. I feel like next session, I mean, within 4 turns, we'll be entering the next era. We'll get the Athlete Star, we'll get the Scientist Star as well, and... Oh ho ho. I hope they don't steal the British from us. I haven't picked one yet. But just to hurt us, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dutch read my mind and go with the British. I guess we'll find out next time, folks. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big ol' thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.